Good morning, guys. Y'all come. I realize it's super early, but your girl is on a roll today, okay? So let's see who joins. I am super congested. Actually, I'm like this every morning. It's because I'm basically allergic to animals and I have all the animals. Good morning, y'all. So I tagged quite a few people. You guys tag your teamies, okay? I realize it's really early, but I bet you that a couple of you, or most of you, are probably getting ready for work right now. So you guys can probably listen while you're getting ready. I wanted to come up here and talk about... Good morning. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Maybe. Maybe not. Ooh, maybe not. Sorry, it was about to hit me real hard. I wanted to come up here and talk about saying no to your teamies, okay? It's okay to say no. I think a lot of us, myself included, when I first started growing a team, was I felt that I had to be there for my teamies, all of my teamies, 24/7. That is not the case with this business. That is not the case. If you think that you need to be available 24/7 and that you need to give everything to these people on your team, you are wrong, okay? And that is a you issue, okay? That's somewhere in your brain, you are probably a people pleaser outside of this business, and you feel like you need to give them everything. I disagree with that 100%. If you don't set boundaries, you will be sucked dry of your energy, okay? So, what do I mean by it's okay to say no? It's okay to say no to a coaching call, to a teamie who's been, on your team for months or years and doesn't really do anything with their business. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say no if a teamie messages you and says, hey, will you send me that exact message that you sent your customers or you sent your host? It's okay to say no, okay? It's okay to say no for sending them direct links to some sample bottles that you bought on Amazon. It's okay to say no. Why am I saying it's okay to say no? Because by saying no, you are helping them grow. You are helping them figure out their own way to becoming an amazing leader. If you hand feed these people nonstop by giving them every single thing that they ask for, guess what? You're training them to come to you versus to go to Google and to research on their own. You're training them to come to you to get all the answers versus doing the research on their own. All they have to do if they want a link for some bottles to make samples with is literally go to Amazon and type mini spray bottles. Literally. There's so many out there. Okay? If someone comes to you and they're like, hey, I want to do a training with you, and it's the 20th of the month, but they maybe have 20 PRV and no parties booked, nothing. No, you shouldn't be putting your time and energy into that person, okay? Because this is how I see it. People who join this business, okay, and the people who are asking you for a coaching call are usually the ones that say they want more out of this business, but their actions don't meet what they are saying. Their actions don't meet their wants, right? And they're not even close. You can tell when someone wants this business versus someone who just says they want it, okay? You can tell by their actions. They're not going to wait around for you to get on a phone call with them to start working. They're not going to wait around for you to get on the phone with them to start training themselves. They're not going to, okay? The people who want it, they either have it or they don't, okay? The people who are going to be successful in this business either have it or they don't. They either have the drive to want more, to better themselves, to better their business, to better other people's lives, or they don't. So I want to remind you guys, it is okay to say no. It is okay to say no. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a bad leader. It doesn't mean that you don't want to help them. It doesn't mean that you're a mean person. No, it doesn't. Half the time, if you're saying no to something, you're saying yes to something better, okay? If you're saying no to something, you're saying yes to helping them find their own way. At the end of the day, we all have to find our own way, whether we have a mentor or not, whether we have a coaching call or not. If you want it, you will find a way, and no one is going to get in that way. So, do y'all have any scenarios or questions or anything that you have going on in your business with a teamie or whatever? I know that the stigma behind direct sales is that whenever you start growing a team, you have to be available to them 24/7. Absolutely not. I used to think that. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, yeah, your girl was answering texts at all hours of the night. I was the one having to go into my Amazon. I would get a text saying, hey, what's the link for this? I'd stop what I was doing, whatever I was doing, and I would go into my order history on my Amazon account and get the link. Now, if I'm already on my Amazon account and not doing anything, great, yeah, I will send you the link. But I'm not just going to stop what I'm doing to go get a link where all you have to do is type in the search bar what you're looking for and it's going to pop up right then and there. If they are not willing to look for the answer themselves first. What is she? I don't know what my dogs are barking at. But anyway, probably the wind because it's pretty windy here. But do not feel like you have to drop everything to help your teamies. At the end of the day, if they want the answer, they will go and find it themselves. Okay? A really good strategy, maybe? I guess, yeah. Let me go see what she's doing. A really good strategy. This is freaking me out. Nala, what are you doing? What's wrong? What is it? What? 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 You're freaking me out. No one's here. But the door's not even locked. Great. Sorry, y'all. If I was about to get murdered, y'all were about to see firsthand. I hope one of y'all know my address. I'm sorry. I totally just got offhand. Okay. Allie, I'm going to go and read what you just said, okay? But let me say this first before I get off track. A really good strategy, if you are that people pleaser and you're having a hard time like ignoring text messages or whatever, a really good strategy to start doing is whenever you receive that text message, read it, see what it's about, okay? I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as a Scentsy emergency. Literally, nothing could happen in Scentsy that is a Scentsy emergency. Nothing. Not a wax bill. Not a, oh my gosh, I can't figure out how to flip this party. Not a, oh my gosh, I don't know what rewards to pick. There's literally no Scentsy emergency, okay? So a really good habit to get into and a strategy to use to help you get out of that people pleaser mode mindset is whenever you get that message, read it, okay? Prioritize it. I'm really good at that because I was a triage nurse for the longest time. Prioritize it. Do you need to respond right now? Or can this wait? Is this something that they can find on their own? In the message, have they said, hey, I've looked everywhere for this and I can't find the answer to it? Or are they just coming to you because you're easier to text versus going to the workstation or going to Google it? Okay? So whenever you get that message, prioritize it. And then if it's something that's at the very bottom of your list of how you're going to prioritize things, okay? If it's important, not important at all, somewhat important, okay? Then respond to them later, okay? Because I promise you, wait 24 hours until you respond to them, and the people who want it, by the time you respond to them and say, hey girl, did you find your answer? Most of the time, they're going to say, yeah, I did. Thanks so much. Because they didn't want to wait on you, and they went to go search it for themselves. I've been guilty of that. I've been guilty of texting Katie saying, hey, what is this? Just because I didn't want to go to the workstation and Google it or YouTube it or whatever the case may be. And by the time she got back to me, I was like, heck yeah, I already got the answer. I got the answer probably 10 minutes after you texted me because my ass went and searched it. Okay? So try that. Prioritize whatever message you got, whatever they're asking for. Wait 24 hours and then respond. That is not being mean. It's not being mean. It's helping them in the long run. It is building them up to be a better leader, a better business owner, a better mentor. Because what happens if you steadily hand feed your teamies, guess what? Guess what you're teaching them? You're teaching them to hand feed their teamies once they start growing a team. I hear all the time. I get messages. I hear all the time from leaders. Oh my gosh, I get so many messages from my team asking me this, and this. I can't relate. Yes, I get messages, but I don't get messages where it overwhelms me. And I think it's because I have trained my leaders to know that, yes, you can come to me, but I'm not going to give you all the answers. I'll tell you where to find them, but I'm not going to give you the answers. So if you're finding that your teamies are steadily coming to you for like crazy questions like, hey, where can I find the scent of the month? Hey, how much is this product? Hey, is this sold out? That's a problem, and you really need to reflect on how you've been mentoring your people, okay? Let me go back and read your comments. Okay, so Allie said, my team is dead, but then they get mad when new releases come out and they sell out before they got on. I don't know how to answer because I did get on. Okay, in that case, I would respond and I would say, well, there's no reason for you to be mad because everything that releases is in the news tab at least usually 3 days before it releases. So that's why we train our team to check the news tab every single day. And if they can't get into that mindset, into that habit of checking the news tab, that's on them. I mean, they can set an alarm on their watch, on their phone, saying, hey, check the news tab. I check the news tab around 3 p.m. every day. And you know what? If I don't check the news tab and I miss something, I'm not blaming anyone but myself for not being up to. Okay? So, I mean, be upfront with them. They can be mad all they want, but they're not going to be mad at you. All right, let me go. Okay, Brittany. Brittany, she said, I have a bad habit of not liking notifications on my phone. And if I read it, I'll forget to respond later. I am the same person. So, this is what I do. If I open something, I'm usually going to forget to go back and respond. So I cannot open anything. I usually gauge the message off the first line that you can see in your messages, and then I go from there. Literally everyone under me just expects me to have all the answers. They don't look for anything themselves. They want me to train and teach them everything. Okay, so Ashley, I want you to stop giving them everything. I don't know how much you're giving them, but try that strategy to where you don't respond for 24 hours and go from there. I'm not saying that you should not be training your people. Yes, you should. But again, you should be prioritizing the messages that you're getting. Also, prioritizing, you should be working with the people who are already working, okay? If I have a teamie come to me and they're like, hey, I really need to get on the phone with you, or I want to know more about this, and they already have their 500 in and they have parties booked and they're working, absolutely I'll get on the phone with you. But I'm going to get on the phone with you when it's convenient for me. I'm not just going to drop everything right here, right now and get on the phone with you. I have some leaders that want me to drop everything as soon as they text me. That's not how this business works. I left nursing full-time so I could be on my own schedule, not someone else's schedule. So, if they are expecting you to train them and teach them everything, just go back and reevaluate how you've been training them in the past. And it's okay because we all do this. I did this for the first year of having a team. Just go back. I will say I don't do team trainings anymore. I'm not saying that you should not do team trainings. Okay, I take back. I do team trainings. I don't do Zoom team trainings anymore. But I do 1 to 2 trainings on my team page weekly. I upload it to YouTube, and I will say my team page has been dead. Whatever, that's on them. That's on them. Okay, that's a whole nother talk for another time. But just go back and reevaluate, okay, what have I been doing for these people to think that I am Google for them? Okay? I would say definitely try the 24-hour thing, because your people will get they'll start to realize, oh, okay, well, she's not going to respond probably for the next 24 hours. I mean, that's terrible to say, but it helps. It really does help. Oh, I'm afraid they will go and bug someone else trying to get the answer. Listen, if that's what they do, then go ahead and let them. That other person should be able to step up and say the same thing. For number one, they're not their sponsor, so hey, go search it on your own. Number two, I'm not your sponsor, so go reach out to your sponsor. Okay? I mean, at the end of the day, you are going to have those people. I'm just going to put it out there. You're going to have certain people who don't want to do the work. And at the end of the day, those are the people who, even after you don't respond to them for 24 hours or whatever the case may be, you're going to have the people who say they want it, but their actions don't meet their want. Okay? So some people it's just not going to work for. Okay? I have a couple of those on my team. It's okay. But the same rules still apply to them, okay? No, they are not going to think you're a bad leader. And if they do, then they come to me and we'll chat. I only have 2 teamies, and thankfully they are doing well on their own, but I am here to advise if I need meetings. Yes, I love that, Cindy. I've been there for it all and decided to back off and let them find the answer. Then I get messages from other consultants that they have messaged them. Makes me feel awful. Okay, so maybe, do you guys have something on your team page that basically says the chain of command? Tell me in the comments. I'm still trying to catch up. I do what Emma did to me, which was best. My response is, did you check the workstation? Yes. Yes. That is awesome. I do that too, but I won't respond immediately. If I'm not in the middle of something, I'll respond. But if I'm in the middle of something, I definitely will wait. Good morning, y'all. Yes. Ignore them. That's why they have a team page. You are not Alexa. Boom. And honestly, if you asked Alexa a question, I bet you she'd give you the answer. Wanting and working are not the same. Hello. Yep. Remember, Katie said, in case you didn't see it, remember your circle of control. You not responding immediately does not make you a bad leader. It does not. You waiting 24 hours has nothing to do with being a bad leader, a bad person, a bad mentor. If anything, you are a better mentor and a better leader because you're allowing that person to go out and find the answer for themselves. I promise you guys, okay? Get the whole, if I don't respond, they're going to think I'm a bad leader. That's a you problem. That is your brain telling you that, okay? So go in, turn that around, okay? Flip the script with that phrase that you were telling yourself and change it, okay? And tell yourself, instead of that, tell yourself, okay, me not responding right now is actually helping them be a better leader, because if they really want the answer to the question, they are going to go and do more research. Okay? Guys, from day one of this business, I can guarantee that most of us already know who's going to do something with it and who's not. From day one. From day one of someone joining. And honestly, probably before they actually hit join. But from day one of actually hitting join, are they taking the actions to start their business, or did they hit join and then the next time you message them, they're like, oh, I haven't had time to do this. Oh, I haven't had time to do that. Oh, I haven't even opened the workstation. Oh, I haven't watched any of the trainings you sent me. That's the difference. That's the difference of these people. The people on the right who are like, go, 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 you don't even really have to send them anything. Those are the people that are going to be successful. I'm not saying the people on the left, I'm just using my hands, for example. I'm not saying that these people aren't going to be successful, but it's going to take them longer, and most likely these people are going to want to be hand-fed over these people. But from the day that they join, we basically all have an idea of who's going to do this thing versus who's going to be like, oh, I need this, 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 and this, oh, and have all the excuses. Okay? Katie said, you have a life outside of Scentsy. Every time you choose to answer that person at all hours, you're saying yes to them over your kids. Boom. Boundaries. I want each and every one of you to make an image with your business hours and post it to your team page. Yes, business hours. Post it to your team page. The other thing I want you to do on top of that is make a graphic of the chain of command. Post it as an announcement on your team page. If you don't have a team page and you are a star consultant and above, I highly recommend you getting a team page. Okay, that's how you're going to build connection. That's how you're going to create your own culture, your own team page, okay? Or it doesn't have to be a team page. Maybe you have a group chat or something, whatever that is. Maybe you use an entirely different app, whatever that looks like, okay? But you should be in some type of group with all of your teamies, okay? Frontline and downline. But I want you to make a graphic that says chain of command, okay? And you can even put up there, be blunt and be upfront, y'all. The more upfront you are with your teamies, the more they will respect you. The more they know what to expect, okay? So you can literally say, okay, this is the chain of command, okay? The last thing that should be done is reach out to your sponsor. Under reach out to your sponsor, I would put in parentheses, depending on the question, if this answer can be found on the workstation, I will respond when I'm available or something like that, okay? Make them know that you have a life outside of Cincy. I don't know if y'all just heard that I'm hungry. You have a life outside of Cincy, so all of your time is not owed to this person or your teamies, okay? At the end of the day, we all signed up, and we all have behind our names, independent Cincy consultant. We all put our social security number in so we could be an independent business owner. Okay? So, boom, break. It's Friday. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. It's Friday. Okay, so, Tanisha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I actually was just talking about this the other day. She said, do you ever remove people from your team page if they are not doing anything? I have a girl who never even set up her website or anything, and she ignores me when I reach out to her. I keep them on. I know that that's a struggle. Because you look up in that little, I don't even know what that is, like the banner area, not the banner, but like right below the banner, and you see all these faces, and you see that you have 30 people in your group, 50 people in your group, 100 people in your group, but you only see the same 10 to 15 people, or if you have a group of 30, the same 3 to 4 people show up all the time, and everyone else is either not there, or they just take, and they never give. I get that that is so frustrating. It's frustrating for me as well. But leave them on, okay? Leave them on there. And you never know. I've had consultants, Courtney Stewart, for example, Courtney Page. When she first joined y'all, she didn't do anything with this business. Nothing. She went, I don't remember if she went inactive or not, but then she came back randomly and was like, I'm going to do this. So then she was just like, she went out and she had a complete mindset change, okay? Before, she wanted me to give her all the answers, okay? Obviously, it didn't work well for her. She also wasn't in that mindset, hey, I want something out of this business, okay? She had the mindset, and now look at her, killing it, okay? So I don't suggest removing people. Katie and I were just talking about this. I get that it's frustrating, and I get that sometimes you're going to be like, man, I just want to take everyone out of this group that doesn't participate. But at the end of the day, don't be that person, okay? Cindy has a question. Katie said, you know why they keep coming to y'all? Because you keep answering them. If it's easier to get an answer to their question, it's a problem. It isn't selfish. You don't owe them your life. Boom. Cindy said, got a question about Team Page. Do you make your own name? Only asking because I heard from someone that Cincy gives names once you hit certain leadership within the company. No, you create your own name, but your name does not become official until you hit director. So as soon as you hit director, that's when you submit whatever you want your team page, whatever you want your team name to be, you submit it to home office, okay? But it cannot be the same name as another team, as another director's team already. And the way that you look at that, if you literally just go to your workstation and you type in director list or director names, right, Katie? I think it's director names. I think if you just type in director, there will be an Excel sheet that pops up. If you open it, it'll show all of the team names in Cincy, and it just can't be the same or even close to one. And I say that because I don't even remember what my team name was, but I had a team name before I actually hit director, and when I hit director, I had to change it because it was too close to something else, okay? So the other thing, if you are close to director or you're thinking about a team name, I want you guys to really dig deep, and I want you to basically make a list of what makes you you, okay? A team name is super important, and it should reflect you. It should reflect you, okay? Because yes, your team helped you get to where you're at, but at the same time, this is your team name. This is your team page, okay? It's our team and our team page, but your teamies underneath of you and your team will also have a chance to make their own team page at some point, okay? So, really dig deep. Like Katie's team name, I don't know if you guys know this, Katie has you guys probably didn't even know this unless you've watched a training that she's done, but I don't think she's done one recently. Katie's team page, Redeemed Blessings, has a huge meaning behind it. You guys probably didn't even know that. Some of you probably didn't. My team page has a pretty significant meaning behind mine. 176 is the house number that I grew up in. We had a house fire there. That's where I basically learned everything. If I did not live, I am that person I am today because of that space and that place that I grew up in, having my parents help mold me into the person I am today. So that's why 176 Roots, that's why my team name is that. 176 is my house number that I grew up on, which my parents are about to sell, which I'm very upset about. But I'm also excited for them. So, yeah. All right, y'all. So, I want you guys to, number one, make a business hour graphic, post it, okay? Be upfront with them. Don't worry about hurting people's feelings. If you're going to hurt someone's feelings because you're not going to respond right back to them when they ask, hey, what's the link for those spray bottles? Okay, that person has a problem. They can move on and figure it out, okay? But post your business hours, post a graphic with the chain of command, okay? And just make them aware of how you mentor. That's it. If you are upfront with them, they're going to know what to expect. Versus if you just beat around the bush, they don't know what to expect. So that's why they get mad when you don't give them the link to the spray bottles or the link to your Google Drive with all of your personal information, okay? I will say, I'm all for sharing. I am all for sharing, okay? I love to share. But it was getting to the point, this was, 6 months ago? It was getting to the point where if you even shared your postcard, people were copying it word for word. They were copying it with I don't know if y'all can hear my alarm keep going off. They were basically copying it to look like a complete replica except for with their picture, okay? I'm not for that because at the end of the day, we all sell the same product, so we have to stand out somehow. So I kind of like pulled back from sharing a direct reflection of what I was doing, a direct replica, because I think it's better. Yes, you can have an idea for what people do, but at the end of the day, you have to figure out what makes you you. And by sharing a by creating something that looks exactly like someone else's, that's not you. It's not you. And you're going to have a harder time building your own empire, building your own business if you are not being authentically you. So, just wanted to throw that out there. Yeah, so stop sharing word for word. You can give examples, and I would just tell them up front, like, hey, make sure that you do not use this word for word, that you take it and you put your own spin on it, and then you send it to your people, because your people know. Your people know, okay? If I said that's slapping, my customers would be like, what the hell is she saying? That's slapping? No, I don't say that. Katie Lassiter says that. James Lassiter says that, okay? They created that phrase. Pretty sure. That's slapping. So if I started saying that, my people would be like, who are you? And I'd be like, I don't know who I am, okay? But I say, hey, chick, all the time. Hey, chick, how's your counter clean? Hey, chick, how you been doing? Okay? If I didn't say, hey, chick, my customers would be like, who are you? James Lasseter about to get slapped. Who are you? Okay? Hey, chick. Hey, girlfriend. I say them all the time. If I said my really close people, I'll say, hey, boo. But I'm not going to say, hey, boo to someone I barely know. I'm only going to say that to my really close people. So if I said, hey, boo, and I just met you, or I've only talked to you like 3 times, that's not me. Okay? You know what you say. You know how you act. You know what you like. So dig deep and figure out how you can put that on a postcard and go from there. Okay? All right. So remember, saying no does not mean you are a bad leader. It actually means that you're an amazing leader. Okay? So I hope you guys have a great Friday. I love y'all. I'll see you later.